Half the conference tournaments start a week before the other half do, and today we're going to be talking about the Big Sky and the Missouri Valley Conference tournaments. Within the Big Sky, there's really only two different teams that really have a legitimate chance at winning this conference tournament, and that is Northern Colorado and Montana. Northern Colorado is the 1 seed, and then Montana is the 2 seed. I think Northern Colorado has the best path to get to the national championship, obviously, because Montana, being the 2 seed, has to play Portland State, and Northern Colorado does get the winner of Idaho State and Montana State in the technically the third round. So I do believe that Northern Colorado probably has the best chance at getting there. And for Northern Colorado, this team is kind of one of those teams where it's very confusing to see what they're good at and what they're not great at. Now they have played Montana twice. They beat them by 24 on the road at Montana, but then lost to them by 8 at home. So it's just like confusing to see like what they're when they're going to show up. They are led by Isaiah Hawthorne and Langston Reynolds, who are going to be their two main scorers. Now, they do add Jaron Riley, who averages 12 points a game. So they're going to be able to score and get those points, but they're not great defensively. Now, they're very good interior offensively, not really so much on the outside, and they don't really turn it over a lot. They do get a ton of defensive rebounds, while being 246th in effective height. So they are good at rebounding despite their height, but that does not help them defensively, being how small they are. So this is definitely a team that can definitely show up whenever they want to, but also has the ability to not show up whenever they want to. And as for Montana, they are winners of 11 of their last 12, so they are playing extremely well right now. They, with that one loss coming to Portland State by 3 in overtime at Portland State. So this is definitely a team that has been hot recently and definitely could be a team to watch out for in this conference tournament. Now, they are led by Money Williams and Malik Moore, their two main scorers, but they also get a lot of contribution out of Joe Pridgeon and Kai Johnson. So this is definitely a team who has a lot of different scorers, is going to be able to definitely be able to go out there and score a ton of points in a game, and they're really, really good defensively. Um, Now, they do lack a lot of height. They are 342nd in effective height, so that kind of forces them to not be great interior on offense and defensively, and they're not going to be able to rebound it quite as well as the rest of the team that they have to play. Now, they are great on the perimeter, great shooting team, and they play at a very good pace, and they're going to be able to score effectively. They are very, very efficient. So if I had to pick a winner within this conference, I would definitely go out there and pick Montana to win this conference tournament, just because of how well they have played recently, and because they have the ability to. They've already beaten Northern Colorado. We know that they have the ability to beat them. So I am going to take Montana winning the Big Sky tournament. And the second conference is going to be the Missouri Valley Conference. And if we look at the bracket here, we have Drake as the 1 seed, Bradley as the 2 seed, Northern Iowa as the 3 seed, and then Belmont as the 4 seed, as the top 4 seeds. Drake is by far going to be the heavy favorite. They are playing absolutely great basketball this year, and then I think that Bradley and Northern Iowa both have a legit shot at winning this conference. But I just think that Drake is so much better than the other teams that they are going to be the favorite for this conference. And for Drake, this is definitely a team that has proven that they can win the big game. They've obviously beaten Florida Atlantic, who is has the opportunity to compete in the their conference tournament. They've beaten Vanderbilt, who is a tournament team. They beat Kansas State, who has proven that they can beat big teams. So they definitely have a lot of big wins, and they only have those 3 losses all year. They've won 16 of their last 17. So with the only loss in that span coming to Bradley by 2, which is why Bradley's definitely one of those teams where you got to look out for them in this conference. In Drake, they are a very, very experienced team. They brought a lot of players over with their coach from Division 2, so they have all had a lot of time playing basketball, so they know like kind of what the system is. It's not like it's a team that's going to come in, get a lot of transfers, and have a new coach and not be able to play at that same level that they had at the previous school. And the continuity, it's like almost kind of like they brought over a lot of players, and it's not technically continuity, but they have played for that head coach, and they're going to be able to prove that they have the ability to run his system very, very well. They're led by Bennett Sturts, who is going to go out there and give you about 20 points a game. Now, they also have Daniel Abreu and Mitch Muscari, who are also going to give you double-digit points, as well as Tavion Banks. And those top three guys, they all shoot the three ball extremely well at 37% or higher. So they're going to be able to go out there and shoot the lights out, and they're going to give you kind of fits shooting the ball. The only issues that I have with this Drake team is the fact that they turn it over a lot, and they play at a super slow pace that I don't think translates well in the March Madness tournament, but it may translate well, and as we have seen within their conference tournament. And for Bradley, they are definitely a team that can compete with Drake. As we have seen, they beat them by 2 all on the road at Drake. So this is definitely a team that has the ability to win this conference. They just have not played well as of late within the last month. And this Bradley team is going to go out there and shoot the three ball extremely well, just like Drake is going to. They've got really the entire team can go out there and shoot the ball extremely well. So I think that if they are hot, they are definitely a team to kind of really surprise some teams and win this conference. Now, they really only have 4 main scorers in Duke Dean, Zach Montgomery, Darius Hannah, and Christian Davis, who all averaged really double-digit points. So I think that those 4 combined are going to go out there and kind of facilitate a game. And they'll go out there and get the defensive rebounds that they need to get, but they kind of lack. They turn the ball over a lot. They don't get a ton of steals. They're not great offensive rebounding wise, and they don't get out in transition extremely well. And because of how well they shoot from 3, they're not great interior on the offensive side of the ball. But however, because of how well they shoot the 3, I think that this is definitely a team who's going to be able to prove that they can compete in this conference. And for the 3 seed Northern Iowa, this is a team whose record doesn't really show it, but they are a very, very good team. They are 20-11, but those losses have came to Bradley, who is very good in the conference, Drake twice. They did lose to Southern Illinois and Murray State and Valparaiso, which are kind of 3 lower tier losses, but they had lost to Washington State, who is a previous Power 5 school, is going to have the ability to compete at a high level. North Texas, who I think has a shot to win the American. Wichita State, who I think has a shot to win the A10. And then UC Irvine in the Big West, who I think is incredible. And I think they have had a shot at getting an automatic bid. So I think that they are definitely a team who really only has 4 bad losses all year. They are led by Titan Anderson, who averages about 15 points a game, but they also get a ton of contribution from Jacob Hudson, Trey Campbell, and Ben Schweiger, who I think all are going to be able to kind of score at a high level against anybody that they play. Now, where they kind of fall is they aren't great interior defensively. They only get about 2 blocks a game, which is not great, and they only get about 6 steals a game. So they're not incredibly great defensively, and they only get about 33 rebounds a game. So I think that because of how much they lack rebounding and interior defensively against a team like Drake, who's going to kind of work inside, going to have the ability to score inside, they could have some fits against a team like that. Now, against a team like Bradley, who's going to live on the 3-point line, they could be a better fit for a team like that. But because of how well that they have played throughout the entire year and how good this team actually is, I am going to take Drake to win the Missouri Valley Conference. They have proven that they can beat those teams, and I just think that they are much better than the rest of the teams in the conference. So those are going to be my two picks for these two conference tournaments. In the Big Sky, I do have Montana winning, and then in the Missouri Valley, I do have Drake winning. Now, when if Drake makes the March Madness tournament, I do think that they have the ability to win a game, possibly even two. So thanks for watching.